Welcome to Unconquerable Minds. I'm Daryl Walker.
I'm Jason Tracy. So welcome back, everybody. We missed a week, and we apologize for that. We've gotten a ton of feedback, and some people have missed us, so we were able to get together today. And again, grateful for all the fans and the feedback that we've gotten in the last several weeks as we put this show together. It's been incredible. People that I didn't even know were watching have come up to me in public and said they appreciate our message. So it's been pretty awesome. Talk about having gratitude.
Absolutely. Very grateful to everyone that has tuned in, and we've had viewers from as far as the UK, so very grateful for that. We ask that you continue to tune in, and we'll do our best to continue to serve you. So thank you very much for that.
And do us a favor, if you like what we're saying, hit that subscribe button. We're looking to build our base and help as many people as we can. So that leads me to today's subject in helping as many people as we can. Is we have gotten, like I said, some feedback and some messages, and Daryl actually got a compelling message from one of our viewers within the last couple weeks. It's something that we wanted to really address and jump in and help, because I know that other people are probably feeling the same exact way.
Absolutely.
So the message is up here, and what he said is, I've become negative because that's the type of people I've been around. They don't believe in themselves, so they'll always try to pull me down. How do I overcome from this hole of darkness? And I think for me, what was really compelling with this message is it's not just one thing. It really hits a couple of topics. So we're going to talk about a couple of things. The first thing I really want to address is just that feeling of hopelessness and how to overcome that.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things that contribute to people getting to that point and feeling hopeless. And we want to address that.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the first thing, right? So I mean, this message is really focusing in on the people you surround yourself around, and we're going to get to that. Friends in low places. I think we've all been there and been around some negative people and surrounded ourselves and felt that feeling of hopelessness. But the message I'm about to tell you right now may not feel warm and cushy, and that's that nobody controls your destiny but you. Because this is the crazy thing. You can choose who you surround yourself around. And it may not seem that way when you're feeling hopeless.
I think the problem is, Jason, is more and more it's like we live in, and I talked about this before, we live in a cookie cutter society, and everybody's trying to be like everybody else. And when you're following somebody else's path or somebody else's plan, you could end up getting to a destination that you don't want to be in. So
you're absolutely true. And what I've found, and especially as I've taken a path of starting my own business and figuring out how to make money and support my family, and as I went through some hard times, I was ready to give up at a certain point. I had it was like halfway through my business. Things weren't halfway through the year. Things weren't going how I wanted it to. My grandma just passed away. My wife lost her job. We had different, cars break down. All three of our vehicles broke down at one time. So it was like all these expenses. And, I wasn't making the money that I needed to in my business.
So did you feel hopeless at that time?
I felt completely hopeless. I was literally, money was running out. So I was waking up in the morning to the great reminders from the bank saying that my account balance is low.
Yeah.
And so every morning, it's hitting me every morning as I wake up. Here's this email, low balance. Mm-hmm. And so you talk about hopelessness and getting kicked in the dirt. It's every morning I get the faithful reminder that I'm operating on no gas. Mm-hmm. So it was a real. I was having a pity party.
Yeah.
And honestly, I took a couple weeks and I was having a pity party. And one day I was steaming my clothes and I realized something. And it's a formula that I've used throughout my life whenever adversity is hitting me. I was sitting and I realized that life had not beaten me yet. I was still alive and moving. I was steaming my clothes. I was getting ready for an appointment. I had a day in front of me. I had a potential client I could land. And this is the thing. In all of my worst times, my greatest victories were born.
Yeah. And that reminds me of something. And, coming out of the last year that I've had, and there's been other circumstances in my life too, But I remember there was a friend of mine, and she sent me a post on Facebook, and it said, "You were given this mountain to show others it can be moved." And that was powerful for me, and that, you know, I think that ties into what you're talking about as well. But, you know, life hasn't beat you or defeated you, and there's still opportunity.
But going back to that point where you say, you know, we live in this cookie cutter society, we have social media all around us, and it's so easy to compare our lives to other people. You know, you look at people you went to school with, and they have nice houses or nice cars, or you see them on vacation, and you're jealous, especially if you're doing something like you're an entrepreneur and you're starting your own business, because there's a lot of sacrifices you got to make.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
I'm driving an old car because I don't have to pay a car payment.
Absolutely.
I don't care about being flashy though. I care about building something. And that's the thing that we got to do. And this is the gut check, guys, is you got to make sacrifices.
Absolutely.
If you want to change and grow, you got to make sacrifices.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's so important, especially dealing with the circumstance like that gentleman, is we have to stay in guard at the doors of our minds. We have to protect our minds, what we're letting in there, because thoughts are things, and whatever the dominant thoughts in our mind, that is what's going to manifest into our physical lives. So, you know, if we're surrounded by negative things, if we're surrounded with negative thoughts in our mind, that's what we're going to have in our life. It's a vicious circle. So if somebody is in a place where they're surrounded by nothing but negativity, and, you know, I understand that they're responsible for them, but how do they not succumb to that negativity that's all around them?
And that's such a good question.